is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. A South Florida teen pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide. Maykoll Santiesteban was 15 years old when he took his parents' car for a joyride. He caused a crash that killed 3 women in Hialeah back in April. The teen, who is now 16, faces 6 charges related to that deadly crash. The judge said he would have to serve a minimum of 28 years in state prison. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor has more in this report.
This teenager is charged with vehicular homicide as well as reckless driving and 3 counts of driving without a driver's license. Now, according to police, Maykoll Santiesteban was driving at 85 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. Santiesteban, now 16, appeared in court while his attorney told Judge Christine Hernandez the teenager was pleading guilty. His parents, as well as the relatives of the 3 victims who died as a result of the tragedy in April of 2024, were in court too. Santiesteban crashed into a car, causing it to fly into a fence. 2 women died in the vehicle. A 3rd one died days later. According to state law, Santiesteban would have to serve a minimum of 28 years in state prison. His attorney, Scott Cutler, wants him to serve a lighter sentence.
Alleges discharging a firearm from a vehicle. It's a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in state prison.
The judge has already set a sentencing date coming up at 5 p.m. We'll have that information for you, plus the families of the victims' reaction to the teenager's decision. All that at 5 p.m. on CBS News Miami. We are in Northwest Miami-Dade. I'm Yvonne Taylor. Back to you.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, another warm day across South Florida. A beautiful shot. Let's get right to Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera. And Ivan, here we may get some showers. Not a bad thing, though, because we really could use the rain.
We could use the rain. We use a lot of it, but we're not getting too much this weekend. So I think tomorrow, not much. And then on Saturday, on Sunday, a couple of showers would be about it. But there's barely clouds in the sky. That's how dry things have been. We're checking in the upper 70s to lower 80s. We've hit our daytime highs for today. Places like Pembroke Pines, mid-80s through the afternoon, and it's felt a little bit warmer today. The humidity continuing to increase. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good if you're stepping outside, whatever you're doing tonight, and it is dry. You can see a few puffy cumulus clouds trying to develop on the breeze there, but it's not going to be much. The main event here for the weekend is warmth and a bit more humidity. I really wouldn't worry too much about those isolated showers I'll show you in a second there. Winter over in South Florida, as we've been talking about, no, not the case. For now, it is taking a big nap, as I said yesterday, but eventually this jet stream, the storm track, right, that separates the really cold air up to the north, that's going to pay us a little bit of a visit, I think, after, say, around the 17th, 18th. So we have next week to go through before we get into some cooler temperatures. That may be the last hurrah, but not quite over yet. But for the weekend, nothing like it. Warm temperatures is going to be the kind of temperatures we get in early May. Not so much February here, so we're looking at low to mid 80s, and again the humidity making it feel a little bit warmer. So let's get you to Next Weather Rain Tracker. Quiet rest of tonight. You can see that flow east wind that's keeping us mild at night, and it's keeping us relatively comfortable to the afternoon. Saturday, just a few patchy clouds developing with the heating of the day. Any showers would be relegated over to mainland Monroe, but I think by Sunday, with a little more moisture to work with and more of a shift, right, with the wind direction coming in out of the south, that'll give us a little more moisture to work with. So a few scattered showers would be about it. I'd say isolated, not scattered on Sunday. So if you have weekend plans, looking fantastic. East winds 5 to 10. We have rip currents on the low side tomorrow. Once again, we have had stellar beach conditions, and boating conditions are not going to change this weekend. So no alerts, as the winds, really the only way to get significant gusts is to get a front through this time of year, and we got nothing like that coming up. So this is going to hold through the weekend and into next week, which is, of course, the International Boat Show. We'll get ready for that. Upper 70s to around 80 degrees in the afternoon. We'll climb to about 82, and we'll keep it there for Sunday, and slight rain chances for Sunday and Monday as well. And then temperatures will just continuing to surge into the mid 80s after next weekend. That's when I'm expecting some cooler temperatures to come back, but that's going to be a world away as we get the next 7 days feeling more like May. Najahe.
Thank you. A school security guard and former BSO deputy was arrested for a disturbing crime. Police say the 48-year-old is accused of getting into a fight with a student at a South Florida high school. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten has more.
A school security guard from Hialeah High School is under arrest. Ronald Thurston is his name. He's accused of getting into a physical altercation with a student here on Monday. He was arrested accused of 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of battery. This is not his first run-in with trouble. Thurston was fired from BSO for excessive force from an arrest he conducted in 2020. He appeared in bond court this morning. Bond was set at $26,000. We are learning more details. We'll have that coming up at 5. In Pompano Beach, Ted Scouten, CBS News Miami.
FIU has a new interim president, and the position goes to Florida Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has more on how it happened.
Nunez will be the first alumni to ever serve as interim president of FIU. Today's motion passed with flying colors.
Call this meeting to order.
FIU's Board of Trustees Chair Rogelio Tovar said current President Kenneth Jessel never wanted the job permanently.
He clearly stated he would not be a candidate for the permanent position.
So when he got an important call,
the governor's office has contacted me and suggested that we consider Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez as the next leader.
He said he knew it was an opportunity FIU could not pass up. He said FIU needs more funding, and he can think of no better advocate.
No better advocate for FIU than a 2-time alumni from South Florida who has the experience of having served in the Florida legislature and her time as lieutenant governor.
Other trustees were quick to show their support, other than Noel Barango, who represents the Faculty Senate.
I'm here to express our deep concern over what we see as another effort by the governor's office to interfere with public higher education.
About a dozen students volunteered to speak during the meeting, opposing the appointment of Nunez.
Nunez consistently advocates against bodily autonomy, most recently opposing the codification of abortion rights in Florida's Constitution.
Other than standing up for the people of Florida, Nunez has acted as a rubber stamp for policies that erase history, limit opportunities, and push a narrow exclusionary agenda.
The current president, Jessel, is not leaving FIU, but will become the vice president instead. He supports Nunez and got emotional speaking.
I say it because I mean it. We are Panthers.
Nunez will be the interim president effective February 17th. As for Governor Ron DeSantis, well, he will eventually have to fill her position, but it's something he can take his time with. In Sweetwater, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Earlier today, Governor DeSantis praised her work and new appointment.
So I think FIU has an opportunity to really expand its horizons. I think they've done a good job, but I think you're going to see them pick up even more steam with her at the helm. So it's an exciting time. And, by the way,
DeSantis went on to say that she has done a great job for Florida. When we come back, I sit down with the stars of NCIS Sydney. Stay with us. NCIS Sydney returns for season 2. Last season, NCIS Sydney premiered as the #1 drama, and it's the first international series to come out of the NCIS franchise. And joining us now is Todd Lasance, who plays Federal Special Agent J.D. Dempsey, and Olivia Swan, who plays Agent Mackey. Remind us where we left off last season and what fans can expect in this season premiere.
Yes, so season 1 finished with there was a kidnapping of my son, and the whole sort of agency becomes involved in that after JD goes a little bit rogue. Collect my son, spoiler alert, obviously if you haven't seen the end of season 1, I'm giving it away. And then we feel like it's all happy families again, and we're back to square one, but then there's a major cliffhanger drop at the end where it may be an inside job. One of our own might be involved. Mackie steps in, boss woman, hand on the gun, ready to go, and then season 1 finishes.
Love that, and you call her Boss Woman, so Olivia, Boss Woman. NCIS is made up of agents and members of the Australian Federal Police. So remind us, how did these teams come together last season, and how does this blended family work together?
So they came together it was a kind of battle of jurisdiction with the death of a U.S. submariner, but on Australian soil. So that's how NCIS and AFP joined together. And we really got to see how they clashed a lot. They weren't necessarily the best of friends. And we had to see them kind of grow as a team and start working together. There was a lot of ribbing and kind of digging at one another. A lot of friction, that's a good word. But in season 2, we really see the team kind of coming together, and we see Mackie and JD really forming an amazing partnership.
So Olivia, you play Agent Mackie, and she is a Midwesterner and a trained Marine. U.S. fans, of course, may know you from DC Legends of Tomorrow, but you're actually from the UK. So what is it like playing an American character based in Sydney, and what drew you to this character?
I think what drew me to Mackie is her strength and her confidence, and the fact that she's just unapologetically a strong woman who knows her own mind and gets what she wants.
An incredible show. Congratulations on season 2, and we can't wait to watch.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
And you can catch NCIS Sydney's season premiere. That is right here on CBS Miami tonight at 8 p.m. Football fans are flocking to the Big Easy for Super Bowl 59. And while many fans don't have tickets to the game, they are finding plenty of fun things to do in one of America's most iconic cities. From listening to the music on Bourbon Street to eating their way through New Orleans, fans are enjoying everything that the city has to offer.
We actually plan way in advance, so we are very prepared. We know what to do. The minute we leave here, we're ready for the next venue.
The muffalettas, go to Cafe Du Monde, just so much to do. And fans can also take in the NFL experience, where they can see the Vince Lombardi Trophy. More than 203 million Americans are expected to watch Sunday's game from the comfort of their homes. According to the National Retail Federation, those viewers plan to spend roughly $18 billion on the big game. Food, of course, at the top of the list of things that they plan to buy. NFL fans are also spending money on team apparel, new TVs, furniture, and decorations. Well, that does it for the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.